Hello, and thank you for watching my project today. We are going to be talking about Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun, and it was first to be discovered by scientists in 1781. It was discovered by accident, and it was first actually mistaken for a star because of how slow that it moves. The planet was the first and the only one to be named after a Greek god instead of a Roman god. It was named after the god Uranus, Greek god of the sky and lord of the heavens. So next I'm going to be talking about some features of the planet. So Uranus is bluish and green in color, which is because of the methane in a mostly hydrogen helium type atmosphere. Often Uranus is called the ice giant because it's made up of water, methane, and ammonia ices. This also adds to the bluish appearance that you see when you look at the planet through a telescope. Uranus, unlike the other planets in our solar system, is tilted really far on its side. The theory behind why this is because when it was freshly formed, another planet may have collided with it, causing it to tilt on its side. Uranus has the coldest of the atmospheres of all the planets in the solar system, though it is not the farthest one from the Sun. So why is it so cold, you may ask? Because Uranus has no internal heat source, thus it cannot keep the heat being let off from the Sun. The unusual tilt that Uranus experiences causes an extreme shift in seasons that can last roughly 20 years long. This means that half of the planet will be a dark, long, cold winter, while the other half gets sunshine. Next, I'm going to be comparing Uranus to Earth. So, unlike our planet Earth, Uranus has rings, just like that of Saturn and Neptune, although the rings of Uranus are actually tilted just like the planet is, and the rings in Saturn and Neptune not so much. Earth does not actually possess any rings around it, so that's one comparison. The second one is that Earth just has one moon, whereas Uranus has 27 known moons to date. Uranus's moons are actually all named after works by Shakespeare or names by the Pope. I found that quite interesting, actually. I have some other comparisons too. So Uranus's volume is 60 times that of Earth. It's also about 4 Earths in radius. And one rotation of Uranus takes about 17.9 Earth hours. So, the first problem with the vacation to Uranus is that Uranus is quite the distance away, actually. It's 3 billion kilometers, or about 1.8 miles away from the Sun, which is also 20 times further than Earth is away from the Sun. So it's estimated that it would take us about 15 years, give or take, to get to Uranus. Another problem will be that since the planet's so far from the Sun, we would actually need to use a nuclear power source to operate the shuttle or the spacecraft, because we wouldn't be getting the rays of the Sun to power it. The second problem is that since the planet's made up of mostly methane and ammonia, we wouldn't be able to breathe. So my solutions are as followed. The solution to the first problem is that we're going to need to raise around $600 million to make this mission work. So this is going to be a lot of fundraising, but it is possible. The second solution is that we're going to have a specialty built spacesuit, because there isn't one yet that would be able to withstand the atmosphere of Uranus. So that's another thing we're going to have to raise money for, but that's also possible as well. So, why do I want to go to Uranus personally? Well, I've read that it's one of the most unloved planets in the solar system, which makes me sad, actually, and I think that it would be amazing to see. Plus, blue is one of my favorite colors, I must admit. But overall, it's an interesting planet. I would love to go there and see it. Thank you.